Okay, let's resume this horrible catastrophe here. Yeah. So, what shall we do first? There's so much to do, of course, as always. Where are those? Are they here? Climate Refugee Center. You shall have one. You shall have one. Then Southern Africa. So bad, though. Let's try to fix the problems here before we do that. So, improved storm, whatever defenses. That's pretty much the one thing I want to do a change. But let's relax borders. 90% migrant access to Southern Africa. That's one turn, so it's not going to be so bad. What next? Here, Northern Africa. What can you do? You can subsidize biochar, do some more famine relief, water infrastructure, protect those, or should we instead go for the advanced turbines, maybe? Famine relief. We have... Yeah, we have to keep all these things pretty much, I feel like. What is the... It is at 100% water stressed. Why me? We can't deal with something like that. Come on. So, let's look at this. Deaths 142 million. Well, it's... The cumulative is still, quote-unquote, only 1,125,000,000. Refugee deaths... That's mostly from the Middle East. Which I think might feed into Europe and Russia, maybe, which are opening their climate refugee centers, fortunately, and they have their limit movement of people out of Europe to avoid losing valuable workers. Yeah, it doesn't seem like immigration, but we want to get at least there's no immigration control in place in these risk regions, it seems. So that's at least a positive thing. You have to keep on the eco-awareness campaign, I feel like. You have pledged some support, but it's okay still. We'll make it work somehow. How about some one-child policy here as well, maybe? But the relocation assistance as well. Arg! How do we fit that in as well? We don't, that's just the thing. We pretty much have to keep on the famine relief. Food per capita is below the... It has been dropping. Is there anything... I don't... Maybe the biochar we might be able to get rid of and get instead the... but you don't even want the You don't even want the what's that called? The what is that thing called? Relocation assistance. You still require it. And India, maybe. Maybe I won't care about looking at the other places that... How about Oceania? How are you doing employment-wise? It's 1.6% unemployment. That's decent enough. I'll stop the growing commerce here, I suppose. South Asia might also need the... I've even seen Northern America want the relocation, but apparently not this time. One child policy here. You don't need any more commerce. It's fine. It'll be fine. How about the population? It's getting there. Apparently there was some kind of a famine there, but it was quickly fixed. That's my... at least how I look at that. Yeah, well... Educational enrollment is pretty important to get that HDI up, I think. So maybe I'll think about it. Here. Can we afford growing... let's say agriculture, because this is a risk region. We want the agriculture to be pretty hefty in these risk regions. I don't know what good that will do for us, but still. Yeah, I was just looking at these unemployment and sickness numbers to see if there's anything, any place we might want to tackle, really. Middle East and India want the security assistance, really. Is there anyone that is even? No. No place is even. That's where I might get worried and get some more funding there as well. Like that. How about all this? Do we get the high yield crops at this stage? Maybe? What's the... Water stress is at 100%. That's too much. It could also be because of the what's that called? Water stress. Yeah. Well, the even more important than education is aerogel geoengineering. Nah, if I do that, it's going to worsen our problems, actually. I think we are, at the beginning of this scenario, I do believe that we are teetering on the edge of having problems coming from the aerosol geoengineering. So let's make another... this place is very unstable, though. Can we afford that? It's 72% there. It is pretty bad. We can't afford the growing agriculture, I don't feel like. What else? What else is there? Because I really want the advanced turbines here as well. It's on the road to on our roadmap to desalination, which will give us some more water. Maybe we'll let you go. I don't know. We'll get the advanced turbines. That's one of the things we pretty much have to do. How about the Northern America? Africa, that's a pretty substantial error there on my part. Did you have the... It'll require 2 turns for you to get even the drilling techniques thing. I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe we can afford this. How many deaths was that even? One short policy, one famine relief, vegetarian revolution, those things. Arg. This is what we are really trying to avoid here, the famine. Well, it can't get any worse than the 100% water stress, right? Right. How about that technology? It's 16 years off. That is 4 turns, 3 if I spend money on that. Okay, yeah, I suppose you look at the high yield crop strains. Let's get you maybe that one as well. That might save you from some of the impact. India, though, you don't have aren't getting the improved, well, enhanced water infrastructure and whatnot. You have to get that. You have to. High yield crops instead of the biochar. How about these drought defenses, though? Do we use that instead of the relocation assistance, maybe? Healthcare buckling. Yeah. But it's not going to get us more deaths. So that's something. Seriously, something we also need is cleaning up the environment. We have to get the coal-free industry as well, right? Pretty much right away. We can't wait. We can't wait. How about we get that instead of the drought resistance thing? Okay. Pretty difficult decisions, as you can tell. Okay, China, Middle East, Southern Africa. How about here? Ah, yes, let's... Well, your commerce is... Well, unemployment is at 12%. It's decent enough, I suppose. We might want to err on the side of getting something else up and going, like such as, let's see, what would we get. I fear about this advanced drilling. Smart grid seems like an immediate advantage for us, minus 5% energy use and whatnot. Yeah, we'll get the immediate benefit. South Asia. By the way, can you Tobin tax? Yeah, you absolutely can, and we will. How about your technologies? Super tensors, quantum computing. Those might be worth getting. Maybe, possibly. I mean, this is a pretty bad place for when it comes to annual emissions. India, that's tackled, I feel like. Northern Africa tackled. Latin America, what shall we do there? Shall we Tobin tax it even more? Maybe not this time. Even... Can we afford these Tobin taxes, though? All these Tobin taxes. We have to, pretty much. At least at some place. Otherwise, we'll just pretty much lose. I feel like. Okay, let's look at all the popular ones. Like, what can we actually get? Let's get the improved defenses. That seems like a reasonable thing to do here. Maybe in these risk regions, this regional support wise, I mean, yeah, that might be enough for me to justify having the Tobin tax there. Still. Do we get the improved that thing? Maybe. Also, we need to curb that support loss. That's pretty much a must as well. And one of the things that randomly just choose away at our support is events from having too low of defenses. So yeah. There is a lot to be said about those ones. Southern Asia. Yeah. Let's get you to decline something as well. How's your toxicity doing? It's 908. We'll get the oil power reduction. Okay, so South Asia done, I think, right? Then India, no, then... South Asia. We have the Tobin tax here as well, I suppose. But we pretty much need it somewhere. If, and this is a very big if, I have some leftover money, I'll maybe even get it off the South Asia. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty decent idea. Any things you might want to get here? Maybe the concentrated photovoltaic cells? Maybe, possibly. I mean, what else would we do here? Really? Okay, Europe. We'll do something more here, I suppose. Maybe we'll get the improved storm, flood and coast defenses, since this is a region we seriously want to keep the support up in. Is there anything else I would maybe like? Maybe this business and household carbon regulations. That will give me some amount of support. Yeah. Russia then. What would you like? Let's decline some power here. They use a whole lot of gas, I do believe. Well, oil seems to be the most urgent thing. Although there's a case to be made for switching transport to electricity, though. Because the renewables mix is at 55%. It's pretty decent. I feel like we are going to want to do something in North America as well. Something more. But what would that be? Not deploying sulfate aerosols, I don't think. That's just asking for trouble. How about those business and household carbon regulations? And I don't really think there's anything else necessarily we might want to do here, unless we have some spare money. So Russia, North America, Oceania, Japan. Look at the situation in Oceania, sure. What would you like? Declining coal power, possibly? No, this is a very small region, so opening any kind of borders here is just asking for trouble again. Again, asking for trouble. How about Japan? Anything we might want here? Maybe, possibly. But this can wait, though. Things here can wait. It is at maximum regional support. We don't get any benefit from having any more. I'll maybe try to get this turn over, and then maybe I'll end this session. Well, not maybe not the session, but Do we want to get the International Space Program? That's a really big one to go for, though. We might be able to afford some large-scale capture and storage carbon dioxide thing. This will take 60 years to complete, it says there at least. So we are not going to be expecting any benefits from it in any near future. Any kind of a near future, but still, I kind of feel like having that going. Ah, yes, Russia as well. What shall we do here? We absolutely want to get something done. How about these business and household carbon regulations? Since your regional support is not the best. And the rest I will use on, I suppose, Oceania maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. .5 degrees of warming above pre-industrial levels. Expect an increase in disasters and permanent regional change. Only 12 million died. Forced migration, only 3 million. That's really low for this scenario. First generation nanotechnology breakthrough. Commercially feasible first generation nanotechnology, allowing complex molecules to be mass assembled. They have perfected the super smart grids technology, increasing the energy efficiency of all systems and enabling maximum exploitation of renewable resources. Amazon collapse start. Minus 60,000 forestry per turn. That's pretty much inevitable in this scenario, I feel like. Triggered by high, at least 2.75 degrees global warming and or more than 20% loss of starting forestry. The Amazon rainforest is in severe trouble. Excessive logging and high global temperatures have disrupted its self-sustaining microclimate, meaning it no longer receives the rainfall it needs to survive. South Asia got a lot of more emissions. Maybe something is burning there. India is at 2 regional spots, pretty bad. Southern Africa is pretty bad as well. Russia, we have to tackle that. Okay, let's save this for now and as a different save file. It's fine. Grow agriculture, well, whatever.